Today I'm using the 3-hour blocking technique, so we'll see how this goes. I'm already technically into my first 3 hour because I wanted to start at 9, but that's okay. I usually take a sticky note and I write on here everything I'm gonna focus on in the 3 hours. So I'm gonna pull up my to-do list first. I think I'm gonna focus on like one class because throughout this whole weekend I have 3 like major classes to focus on for like studying purposes, and then I have like other stuff too. We're gonna do 3-hour blocks of each class, I think. So first we're gonna do MSK, musculoskeletal spine class. We're gonna do 3 hours from like 9 to like 12, but obviously I'm starting late, but that's fine. Better late than never. My handwriting is not very neat, but I put on here more than 3 hours of stuff just in case I get sick of studying. So I have study for an hour, then re-listen to my lecture for an hour, study for an hour, and then if I don't feel like studying for some reason, I can watch the intervention lecture because that needs done as well. I need to get my little study space set up and ready to go. And I already have coffee and my water nearby. So I should be set on that. And then I also have my blue light classes and this claw clip because normally I get sick of my hair being down and I'll want to put it in a claw clip. Kind of have like everything I could need possibly. The last thing I need to do is take my phone and put it in another room because I'm not trying to get distracted. Supposed to be my 3-hour block, but I think I'm gonna go to the store with my friend to get candy because you know you need motivation to study. So I think I'm gonna have to pause this 3-hour block and resume it after the candy run because you know, priorities. Also, I'm gonna need something to get me through this weekend of studying. That's my excuse for stopping. Hopefully this is the only interruption, but I need to, I think, pull my hair up into this claw clip. Maybe, we'll see, because I have a hard time making the claw clip look good with my length of my hair right now. I just have so much freaking hair, like it's so thick. I don't even know what that looks like, I can't see it. I can tell you right now, sis, it does not look good. Not good. If there's any girls with thick hair out there, please give me your tips on how to wear claw clips, especially like thick hair with my length. Like maybe that's the issue, maybe it's the length. I just can't ever get it to look right. I feel like it always looks like just a chunk of hair. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it looks fine, but in my opinion, I just think it looks weird on me. I took out the claw clip because I thought it looked weird, but I'm just gonna take my hair down anyways because it turns out I don't know how to read and we're not going till I like reread it and I was like, oh, we're going later. I have time to get some studying done before that. It's back to studying. Okay, so muscular dynamic stabilization of this. So there's the posterior oblique sling, connects the latissimus dorsi and contralateral gluteus maximus through the thoracodorsal fascia. So basically it's just like all of the fascia that connects the muscles together and makes them work as a sling. just had to resubmit an assignment that I submitted wrong, so they're gonna be able to see that I submitted it wrong, but hopefully they appreciate that I fixed it at least. And it's still on time, so hopefully that's fine. I just can't seem to stay focused because too many things keep happening. Back to focusing. I have like 10 minutes left. I set like a 45-minute timer. I have 10 minutes left in it, so. First hour is done. First hour of studying, I guess. It was more like 45 minutes of studying and then maybe even less than 45 minutes, I don't know. 45 minutes of studying and then 15 minutes of writing out stuff for anatomy. It's like old stuff from my anatomy classes last year because we have to like know the muscles and I definitely need to review them. I started writing those out. I probably got like halfway through writing them out so that I can easily find them later, but I still have like the other half to do. And I'm like having a hard time getting back into the flow of studying, so I think I just need to like re-listen to lectures maybe. But I need to see where I even was because I might not even really be behind in this class. I don't even know what we even lectured on last. I think I'm just gonna see if the key's posted for this one thing because I might not really need to listen to the notes. If so, I'm gonna download the key and then fill in any notes I need to. I don't think there's anything I need to actually re-listen to, so I'm just gonna completely cross it off and move on to watching the intervention video on all the interventions for like low back, abdominal, core exercises. And then after we get back from getting candy is when I'll probably study more. I think it'll be easier for me to just watch this video really quick. Hopefully. We'll see if I get all the way through it. It's like 35 minutes, but I usually watch it in a faster speed. I'm back from getting candy and the dollar store was very much so lacking. We tried the grocery store and they were lacking too. We were specifically looking for chewy sweethearts, but they didn't have any. So this is what we settled with. We got sour belts, sour dudes, and then to get a break from the sour, I got some caramel hard candies. And then when we were checking out, I saw one of these left, which I love these, so had to get those. These will be my motivators for studying this weekend or just today because I'll probably end up eating these literally in one sitting. Before I was leaving, I was watching the video about like malpractice and stuff. I only have like 10 minutes left of that, and then I have to come up with a question to ask the guest speaker that's coming. I think I'm gonna do that and get that done. That way I don't have to worry about that, and then I'll actually study. And I still have like an hour left of studying, so then I'm going to switch over to neuromuscular next, but I probably will need to eat some lunch first because it's like 12 right now. I'm not very hungry and I'm probably going to end up eating some of this candy, so I don't know when I'll actually eat. But I need to figure out a question to ask from this lecture, so I'm going to get that over with first. I finished watching that video and I wrote a question and submitted it. Did not take me much longer, so I can cross that off. And the last thing I have is to study for an hour. I'll probably set like a 45-minute timer and then see how much I can get done in that time, because I feel like I can't be productive for a whole hour, so we'll see how long it goes in that hour of being productive. I'm just gonna read through the lectures and maybe some of the labs. I just like to like read through them, talk them out to myself, and I'm only on my first time through doing this, so it's gonna take a few times to actually get knowing this stuff. Right now I'm looking over spinal pain syndrome. I'm just going to read through this. I think there's like 30 some slides or something. There's 30 exactly, so we'll see. I should be able to get through all of this at least once. And then there's also like a bunch of different lab handouts that I probably could look through. I just don't even know where to begin with it because there's so many different things to look over. But I think the more I read through it, the more I'll start to like feel better about it. That's at least the plan right now. And I'm gonna use my candy as a motivating factor of studying. But yeah, I'm gonna set my 1 hour timer and then my 45-minute timer. And I just like to like check in at 45 minutes to make sure I'm still actually on task. 25 minutes left in my hour, and I got through all of the lecture PowerPoints, and I'm now going through this like lab, I think it's a lab handout, I don't really know, but it's on like selective orthopedic conditions, so it's on like different conditions of the low back. This one is 8 pages, and there's also a part 2, which I don't know how many pages that one is. Let me see, 5. I'm going through this one now. I can probably get through this whole one, but I don't know if I'll get through part 2. That's okay. I'm just reading through it and making sure I understand it. That's like the first step. And then later, hopefully I start to actually remember stuff and like not memorize, but like be able to know it without reading it, if that makes sense. I have about 25 minutes left. It's going pretty well so far. I finished my first 3 hours, and not exactly how it's supposed to go because it's supposed to be like 3 hours straight, and I obviously had a break and stuff, and I'm not sure I actually studied for 2 hours, but everything is crossed off from the list. Not the most active studying, but also not the worst, so pretty happy with that. I think I'm going to take a break before I do another 3 hours, but my next 3 hours is going to be focused on neuromuscular, so it's going to be like studying and re-listening to lectures. I'm way more behind on that class, on re-listening to lectures, so it's okay if I spend a decent amount of time doing that just because I'm behind. But I was hoping to do like 3 hours studying, 1 hour listening to lectures, maybe breaking up the studying or something. We'll just have to see what the mood is. But yeah, I definitely need to take a little break, stand up, walk around, not sit at my desk for a little bit, and then I can get into neuromuscular. I started making my little note card of different things that are on the exam for MSK for my midterm, and I was like writing out the PowerPoints and packet things I was going through. I also had to put like the lab packets on here, but for now that's what I have on here. I think that's everything besides the lab packets. And then this worked for me a lot last semester. I just made these like little note cards, that way I knew like everything that I need to go over, and then I'd put little tick marks by it after I went through it each once. But I don't normally count my first time, if that makes sense, because my first time's normally like figuring out what exactly there is to know, if that makes sense. Like a lot of times it's not very active. I'm not writing anything out. I'm just sometimes reading in my head or reading out loud through different concepts, but not always actively studying. I don't know why, it's just the system that I use and it seems to work okay, so I'm just gonna continue that. But it's currently the week before my midterms, so like I have this weekend, all of next week, and the following weekend to study, and then it's my midterms week, so I still have time. So as long as I kind of stay on top of it, or like get kind of caught up and then stay on top of it, should be okay. But obviously we're going to learn more next week, so it's just going to keep adding on. And it's very hard for me to study during the week because I'm just so busy, because I'm in class all the time and then I have work and stuff, so I've been having a hard time actually fitting in studying. Next week we might have to lose a little bit of sleep, that way I can stay on top of it. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little break, and I thought about having more coffee or an energy drink, but I don't know, I haven't decided yet. This right here is my worst enemy. I cannot stay off of it to save my life. I took a break and I set like a 30-minute timer, but then I just kept taking a break. But I did place a order for groceries at least, so something productive, but then I just got lost on my phone. I just kept watching videos and scrolling through TikTok, all sorts of stuff. But I changed positioning. I'm gonna toss my phone over there. Change positioning because the desk I was kind of sick of. So I have my stuff written down for the next 3-hour thing, and I want to try to study for 2 hours and listen to the lecture for 1. So I think I might listen to the lecture first because I think I'm very far behind. I made another sticky note of how much lecture I have to listen to, but I forgot it over on my desk. And I also need to get my headphones from over there, but I'm thinking I'll listen to the recordings first and then go from there. And while I'm listening, I'll try to like maybe take in the information better than I normally would, like make it productive. And I don't know if it's better for me to just go through and listen to all of them, or like listen to some and then study it. I don't really know what's the best thing to do. I have a lot of like things that need done that aren't studying too, so we'll see. If I end up not being in the mood to study, I can always just do those things. That way they're done. And then I can really just focus on studying next week and next weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna set a timer for like an hour and try to listen to my lecture for an hour straight and see how far I get. I usually listen to it in like double speed, but sometimes I have to pause it. A lot of times I have to pause it to write stuff down. So it ends up just evening out usually. I feel like I just need to get back into a good focus because I kind of got out of it. I also have my candy to try to motivate me a little bit. Took a break to put groceries away and I washed fruit, and the fruit's drying still. I still have to cut it up. I also need to cut up some veggies and stuff, but I'm just gonna like do them during my breaks, I think, instead of doing it all at once. Back to listening to the lecture we go. Also, it's like 4:15. I've not gotten a lot done, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. I have like 40 more minutes of listening to my lecture. I don't know if any studying is gonna get done tonight. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Good morning. It's 9:33. It's Saturday, but my brain feels like it's Sunday since we didn't have class on Friday. So that's like good because I have an extra day. I need that extra day because I did not get a lot of studying done yesterday. I only really studied for musculoskeletal. So I think today I'm gonna start with neuromuscular, and I'm doing laundry right now, so that's normally like distracting to me because I have to keep going and like flipping the laundry and like whatever, and it always breaks my focus, but we're still gonna try to get in some good focus. But the plan for today is to study this morning for a little bit. I'm shooting for 2 hours of studying for neuromuscular, but I also have a FaceTime with my friends Carly and Ashley. I think at some point we're having like a FaceTime date. Pretty sure it's supposed to be this morning, and then after lunch I'm gonna go to the PT building and practice with my friend Lauren, and after that hopefully I can get back into a good focus, get some more studying done. I might move on to cardio palm because I have not studied like at all for that class. I also have assignments. I think I figured out what assignments I have left to do for midterms week or whatever. I have one journal club left to do. Actually, I think I just have one journal club to read and write questions on. I have to finish the VOMS assignment, which you have to like do the VOMS testing on like 3 different people, and then you had to write a reflection on one of them. And then the exit screening, it's like the concussion exit screening, I'm pretty sure I have to write a reflection on that as well. So I think those are the main assignments I've left. Oh, and I have a worksheet for cardio palm too, which we might get another one next week, but I know I have the one. So I'm like trying to get those assignments done hopefully this weekend, so that way I can really just focus on studying. That's the plan at least, so we'll see if that actually ends up happening. I made a list of like 10 things I wanted to get done, one being laundry, and it's like less than what I actually want to get done, but I need to stop setting so much like high expectation to get things done and then not actually get those things done. That's like a huge issue I have. So I just need to take it like one thing at a time, and who knows, maybe I will get it all done and then have time to do more. I should just be happy if I can at least get what's on my list done, and it's all like a reasonable amount of things with the time that I have, so I'm like, I sure hope I get it done. My main issue is I keep going on my phone and going on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, just like scrolling, watching random stuff that I don't actually need to watch or even want to watch, honestly. I just am doing it to do it instead of studying. And I did try putting my phone in another room yesterday. It kind of worked, but every time I would go to take a break, I would go on my phone and say, okay, I'm just gonna do this for 30 minutes. And it just like would end up being way longer than 30 minutes. So I think today I'm not gonna allow myself to I'm going to try to have self-discipline and not allow myself to go onto those apps that I know are like very triggering to set me off into not being productive. So I think I'm just going to, again, put my phone away, and then during my breaks, I can do other things like going to switch my laundry or doing some dishes or cutting up produce or stuff like that. And I can just play music or something. I don't think the music will be an issue. I think I'll be able to turn it off after the 30 minutes, maybe even a podcast. Maybe I'll just play it from my Alexa Alexa because then it's easier. I'm not on my phone. And if I focus really well, maybe I can be done by like 6 and then do other things after that. That's my thought process. Like if I get everything done on my list, then I'm allowed to do those things, if that makes sense. Like I cannot be going on TikTok and stuff until after everything is done on that list. So I'm telling you guys this now because then they're also holding me accountable, and then I'll have to check in later and say how it's going, whether or not I actually followed what I said I was going to. I feel like I've done this before or tried to do this before and it hasn't worked, so hopefully me like announcing it will make it so I actually do it. I have sparkles all over this crew neck because it was sitting in the closet next to my dress that I wore for Theraball, so now it has like sparkles all over it. Okay, it is 9:38. I have like 14 minutes left on my timer for my laundry, so I think I'm going to get my like study set up ready to go, and then I need to decide whether or not I should study first or re-listen to lectures, because I thought I was caught up on lectures, but then I realized there's one more, so I feel like maybe I should just get caught up on that while my laundry's going and then study. I think that should be okay. I'm just gonna go at it because normally I'd wait till like my laundry's done or something, but I feel like even though it was only like 14 minutes or whatever, I can get something done at least. I'm finally off of the FaceTime call, and while I was on FaceTime I did my laundry, so I can cross that off, and I'm gonna have to readjust things because it's now 2:18 and I haven't really done much. I think I'm still going to practice with Lauren at some point. I'm drinking an Alani Nu because I need energy to get me through the rest of the day, but I think I'm just gonna rearrange kind of what I'm gonna get done, because I was working on my neuromuscular assignments that I have to do. So I just need to, I think, make my new goal to finish those homework assignments and reflections today. I can't do them all because the one I'm doing tomorrow and the other one I'm doing Monday, I can kind of do them for the most part. Yeah, I can do like my reflection and stuff today. I'm still gonna try to study neuromuscular and maybe do journal club and re-listen to cardiopulm lectures, but I probably won't get to studying that. For some reason, the audio in the last couple clips was like all messed up, so I just took it out of the video, but I was just telling you what I was hoping that my plan was for the night, and I ended up not doing anything else that night. I'm pretty sure I ended up watching YouTube like the rest of the night or something like that. So yeah, I think the next clip is like me showing you my meal and then that I was watching YouTube. Good morning, it's 10:06 on Sunday right now. I just got back from practicing at the PT building with Lauren, and then we went and got coffee and a donut at Dunkin', which I still haven't eaten yet, but that's going to be my motivation for the morning. I just wanted to kind of pop in and talk about how last night was kind of a little bit rough. I was being a little bit hard on myself because I just was not getting done what I wanted to get done. Did not have the motivation nor the self-discipline to get myself to continue to study last night. I know I said that I wouldn't go on my phone, but I'm pretty sure you saw from like the last clip from last night that I was on my phone while eating dinner. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't have the self-discipline I used to have. I'm just like, why? I just would rather much go on my phone than study. So I very much so thrive on the motivation you get from procrastinating, which is not healthy. And since it's not like close enough to these exams, I'm not feeling that like stress motivation yet to actually get things done. So that's like a big issue that I'm having. I did film a video last night, so that's something I did productive. And I talked about in that video how I started listening to an audiobook of a book called Mindful Self-Motivation, and then I also ordered the paper copy book because I'm hoping to get it and like kind of highlight things and take notes and stuff like that. Not that I think a book's going to change everything, but I'm hoping to get some tips from it. Also, I could look up videos on self-discipline, but then that's me going on my phone, and I just feel like I could get way more out of reading a book about it than being on my phone. Today I was hoping to start off the morning strong with some self-discipline by getting up with my first alarm, and that did not happen. I just kept snoozing it and going back to sleep and didn't get out of bed for like at least an hour after I wanted to. I even had a whole morning plan of what I wanted to get done this morning. It just didn't happen because I couldn't get myself out of bed. I'm giving myself grace today, but then tomorrow I'm hoping to start kind of fresh, and I'm not going to be vlogging next week, which I won't have that holding me accountable, but I'm hoping I'll have more time, because as much as it seems like it wouldn't take up time to just like film what you're doing, it does, because you have to like pull out the equipment and set it up and everything. So I'm hoping tomorrow will be a good practice run of being a little bit more self-disciplined, getting up when my alarm goes off, and using my mornings wisely, using my days wisely, just like using my time efficiently. And hopefully I'm able to report back that it went well, because it's very necessary that I get on a good routine and just find some more self-discipline, especially because there's so many things that I want to do with my time. And if I actually want to allocate time to different things, I need to not waste my time scrolling on my phone. So the goal I set for myself is to keep my like social media screen time below an hour every day, which seems like it would be easy, but sometimes I'm just doom scrolling. So, but like I said, it's a little after 10, so I need to get to getting stuff done. I have a headache because we were practicing stuff for neuromuscular and we're doing like vestibular stuff, and I get motion sensitivity, so all that stuff makes me like not feel good. I'm hoping that headache kind of goes away, but the first thing I need to do is kind of figure out a plan for today, because I know my original plan is not going to work since I didn't get done what I wanted to get done. We need to set a new plan for today and hopefully make it realistic so I can actually stick to it. Okay, I need these on because my head is hurting so bad. I need to remake my to-do list because we are not going to be getting done what I thought I would. But I can cross off practicing neuromuscular. My goal is to do the harder things first so that the easier things can be done later. Here's the whole list. The first thing I can cross off, because I finished practicing neuromuscular with Lauren this morning, and I tried to order these in like kind of putting the ones first that I tend to put off, that are harder for me to do, take more focus, and then the rest of the stuff, for the most part, I need to get done today. The one that's like iffy is like the work training. I think it's due in like 3 days or something. They just keep emailing me about it, and that's why I really want to get it done. But it shouldn't take that long. But yeah, I feel like this is like almost more stuff than I should even have time to do, but I'm hoping somehow I have time to do it all. So I'll be happy if I get this much done, and that I put on their list to prep for next week. So that includes a lot of things, all stuff that I'll be doing tonight. Literally, I'm just asking myself to study for 3 hours. That's not that much. I used to study for like 8 to 10 hours in a day. I just finished eating lunch, and so far I've gotten done 2 things on my list. I just have another hour left of studying for the day, and then I'm done with studying. First, I'm making my little note card that I make for exams. I have no idea what I even need to study for cardiopulmonary. That's why I'm making this. I know it's a lot, but I don't know what all it entails. So I'm just going through and writing down the PowerPoint slides that I need to know. I've been told that there's a lot of material, and sadly I have not studied at all for this class. So, but we still have time, so it's okay. The one thing that makes it a lot is that we had 3 review PowerPoints, or 4 review PowerPoints before the course even started. So all of that material we have to know. A good bit of it was actually review, like we definitely learned it before. There were other parts that I like didn't really remember learning. Even though I remember learning some of it, doesn't mean I actually know it. So I definitely need to study it and relearn it. The main concepts I'm pretty good with, but I definitely could use to review. We did play like a game of Kahoot with it, and it was like a group thing, so I was partnered with somebody and I didn't know every answer, but like I knew a decent amount of them. Like it actually wasn't that bad. I might know more than I think I do. There's a lot of PowerPoints. This is all of the PowerPoint slides that we have to know so far. There's 9 on there and we are not done, and this is not including anything we've done in lab. So that is a lot. It's pretty overwhelming. I think I'll probably start with the non-review stuff, like the newer material, before I actually get into going through the review stuff. That's overwhelming. But I'm trying to do an hour, so I'll probably do like 2 30-minute sessions or something like that. High up in the sky.